Hello my peeps, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd sit down and film this nice little soft pink glam look, and I'm really excited to show you guys how I did it. Here's a little dance for you right before we get started. So to start, I'm going to prime my skin using my favorite primer. This is the Too Faced Hangover Primer. It's really moisturizing, it smells like coconuts, and it's just a really good base to start your skin off before you go in with your foundation. Yeah, it's one of my favorite primers of all time. Followed up, I'm going to go in with the second primer because I'm a little extra. But this is the Benefit Professional Primer. It is a pore-filling primer, and it really helps smooth out the appearance of your skin. So I go in with little tapping motions to really push it into my pores to help blur out my skin and just make everything look more even. And then I'm going to go in with my foundation. Again, I'm going to mix a couple today. This is my Too Faced Born This Way foundation. For sure one of my top 3 favorite foundations of all time. I love it. And this is the Bourjois Healthy Skin Serum. I ordered this off of Amazon. It was pretty cheap. And both of those I'm in the shade Vanilla, actually. Then I'm going to go in, mix it up a little bit together, and dot a little bit on my face. I'm going to go in with that Morphe sponge again and start pouncing this in, making sure I do up and down tapping motions and not trying to swipe in any way. Just really pushing the product into my skin and getting one nice even layer all over. And then I'm also going to take these products down my neck a little bit just to help the color match a tiny bit. It's a little dark for me, which tends to happen a lot, as you can tell, but just to make everything look a little bit more seamless and just to bring it down and match everything together. And then once I feel like I have a good, nice, even layer across my whole face, I'm just going to go in some areas that I feel like I need a little extra coverage, which tends to be my cheeks and my nose for me. Then I'm going to go in with my all-time favorite concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and this is in the shade Light Medium Honey. I'm going to use 2 shades, but this one's a little bit darker and has a peachier undertone, so I'm going to use that to cancel out my dark circles. And then following that, I'm going to go in with the shade Light, which is obviously a little bit lighter of a color, and I'm just going to bring that down and in these other areas of my face just to bring some more light to those areas and help balance out my face color a little bit more. I'm going to go back in with that Morphe sponge again and using pouncing motions to blend that in underneath my eyes and bringing it down on my cheekbones and over my eyelids too, just to help make sure that everything is the same color and blend it out nicely. Alright, now that I have all that on, I'm going to go in with my RCMA No Color Powder. And I'm actually going to go in with my Morphe sponge to do this and pick some up on that. And then push it directly right into my cheekbone area because that is where I get the most oily. And then bring it up and underneath my eyes. I really like using a damp sponge to do this. It's just kind of a different bit of a technique than doing it with a brush because it really melts the powder into your skin and locks your concealer in place. Like my concealer will not budge for the rest of the day if I do this. And then my nose gets really oily, so I'm going to pack a lot of powder on that really quick. And then also hit a little bit on my chin after that. And once I let that powder sit for a moment, I go in with another powder, but this is a pressed powder foundation. It is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Pressed Powder, and I'm in the shade 130, but I really like going in with this, other than the translucent powder all over the face, because it brings some color and life back into your skin rather than putting on the translucent powder all over and having you look a little bit ashy. Alright, now it is time to warm up the skin a little bit with some bronzer. This is the Benefit Hoola Bronzer. I really enjoy this product because it's a really good color where you can use it for both contouring and bronzing and warming up the entire skin. So I'm going to place a little bit on my cheekbone area and then bring it up on my forehead to balance it out and give like an overall bronzy look. I'm also going to take a little bit of this product on my jawline just to help further the structure of my face and just help blend my face with my neck as well. Now I'm going to go in with this brush that actually comes with the Hoola bronzer. It's really nice to use to get that defined cheekbone look. You don't need to do this fishy face, but I think it tends to help me find that little indent right there that I just pointed to on my cheek. So I know exactly where to chisel out, and I go in with swiping motions right away and then buff out with circular motions to help blend it all out. And then I'm just going to take whatever is left on that brush and take it down the sides of my nose just so my nose has some color and doesn't get lost in the rest of my face. So for blush today, I'm going to go in with the famous Luminoso by Milani. I swear to gosh, everybody knows about this blush, and for a good reason. It is amazing. It's a nice, really natural pinky color, but it has a really pretty sheen to it, so it doesn't look really dull or matte on your face. It just kind of brings some nice life and color to your cheeks. Now it is time for a highlight, and I am seriously obsessed with the highlighters from this brand. It is from the company Jouer, and this color is in Rose Quartz, so it's a really nice metallic pinky color, and these highlighters are no joke. Like, you have to go in with such a light hand, and then it still gets a little crazy real quick. But I think it's so pretty, and I thought it would tie in nicely with all the other pink colors I have on my face. And I have so many people ask me already to do a brow tutorial, but I'm going to skip it for this video just because I don't want it to get too long, but I will do a dedicated video to how I do my eyebrows coming shortly, I promise. I'm going to grab my Tarte concealer again and put a little bit on my eyelids and just buff this out, just to cancel out any redness or discoloration I have on my eyelids and get them ready to go to put some eyeshadow on top. I feel like doing this beforehand just gives your eyelids a nice base for the eyeshadow to go onto, and it makes the colors pop out a lot more and just overall look a lot more colorful and more bright. Really quick, I'm going to go back in with my translucent powder and set that concealer just so the eyeshadow doesn't stick to any wet patches of the concealer and get really choppy. This process just helps it blend out a lot easier. I'm going to take a combination of those two colors I just pointed to and use those as my transition color. For those of you that don't know what a transition color does, it just helps lay down like a nice neutral, lighter first layer on your eyelid so that when you go in with darker colors later, it's easier to blend out and everything looks more gradual, and it's just a lot more of a smooth process. And no matter how intense my eye look is for a day, I always go in with multiple transition colors because it just brings more dimension to the makeup look. And then I'm going to grab this color, which is a slightly darker color, and then just do the same exact process, just a little bit lower so you can still see the first color, but just slowly darkening up the crease and getting ready for the colors to follow. And so as you can see, I'm not taking this color super onto my lid. I really want this to be in that pocket of my crease and higher to really blow out the brow bone and so it looks nice and smooth up top. Now I'm going to go in with this blending brush. It's a little bit flatter but still fluffy enough that it's really easy to blend out. I'm taking that darker shade now and really focusing this lower, not taking this too high, and really hitting that inner pocket. And then as you can see, I take a little bit too much, take a breath to collect myself, and then go back to blending. If you accidentally go in with a little bit too much product, just tap off your brush a little bit, take a moment, don't freak out, and just really lightly blend it out. And make sure that you don't take too dark of colors too high, otherwise it might turn into like a black eye looking type of thing and not that cute. I also put a little bit of this shade on that very outer corner of my lid just to help darken out the outsides the most. And then I'm going back with that original blending brush and just blending everything together nice and easy and just really blowing it out to make sure everything looks smooth and that there's no harsh lines. And then I'm repeating the exact same process on this side. And then as you're going, you really want to make sure that you're looking at your eyes from different angles just to make sure that everything is looking good and even. So I always back up a little bit and make sure everything's looking good. Alright, so now I'm picking up this really gorgeous pinky shimmery color that also has some gold flecks in it. And I'm spraying a little bit of my setting spray on it. This just makes any shimmery eyeshadow way more pigmented and easier to work with. Like, look at that. Yeah. And it just makes it nice and wet and easier to apply, in my opinion, and it looks a lot more reflective. So I'm just taking this and spreading it all across my lid, not going into the crease, just keeping it from the inner corner to almost the outer 3/4 of my eyelid. Alright, now I'm going to go into this slightly darker shade right here with kind of a bigger pencil brush and really packing it on that outer V of my eye just to blend together that darker shade from before and this pink shimmer. You don't want it to be a really harsh line, so I'm going in with a few different brushes just to blend out that line and fuse those two colors together. All right, now I'm going to go in with this lightest pink shimmery shade right here to do my favorite part, which is the inner corner highlight. I think this just ties every look together. I think it is beautiful, and it really helps tie in the pink highlighter, the pink blush, and the shimmery shade on the lid as well. And I'm also hitting a tiny bit of that on my brow bone, and then just tapping over with it on my fingers to help blend it in and make sure it's not too much. Alright, I'm grabbing these two transition shades one more time and just sweeping it underneath my lower lash line to give them a little bit of a definition and really connecting that lower lash line to that outer V so the whole eyeshadow look ties together and isn't separated in any way. Here is a little bit of a close-up of how it looks. I really love how it turned out. I think it's so subtle and pretty. And then I just toss on some mascara and a little lip product, and here it is. Alright, you guys, this is the finished look right here. I just kind of went with it today. I was in a really like pinky mood today. I don't know why I was wearing this shirt. And then like the second I got the Jaclyn Hill palette, I thought that I'd be like really into like the deep dark colors and like the bright blues and stuff. But my eyes are really attracted to the pink ones. I don't know why. Like I literally never wear pink makeup. But I just thought it looked really pretty. I don't know. But like you can just tell how pigmented that palette is. And like if you can get your hands on that, I highly recommend it because you will never need any other eyeshadow palette ever again in your life. I almost guarantee it. Yeah, also I use that L'Oreal mascara again and like, that's it. I'm in love. Like I think that literally might be my new favorite mascara. My hair right now is like a frizz ball. I look like I have a dead mop on my head. I have to get ready to go to work. Another day, another dollar. Oh, just kidding. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Just me being weird and having fun doing makeup. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see some future videos that'll be coming up. I hope you guys have an amazing next couple of days, and I'll hopefully see you really soon. Bye, guys.